किया था उसके बारे में. Just will show you. See, we are in the chapter number 4, transcendental knowledge, and initial 4 shlokas. Screen दिख रहा है ना आपको? This is also Govind. Okay, दिख रहा है ना screen?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, fine. So, in the first 4 shlokas, there was a mention about that how this spiritual knowledge is coming, right? We discussed about the link that in the previous chapters. Krishna has explained about Karma Yoga, and Krishna has also explained that how if one has to get rid of the lust, then one has to cultivate the transcendental knowledge. So in this chapter, Krishna is explaining about what is the transcendental knowledge. So first 4 shlokas, Krishna is describing about the lineage, how the knowledge is coming. Krishna has given this knowledge to the Raja Rishis and how it was being coming down, but then it was being broken. And that's why Krishna is again speaking it to Arjuna, because Arjuna is a friend and the devotee. And then Arjuna is asking a question that how sun god, sun, how you how you have given this knowledge to the sun god, because sun god, sun god is born before you. So then that comes the second section, 5th to 10th shloka number, where we discussed about the divine nature of Lord Krishna's appearance. So then the Lord explains there about what is the uniqueness of his appearance, how he is transcendental, he is avyayam, he is imperishable, and when does he appears? That also Krishna explains the time of his appearance. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhakti bharata. And then what is the purpose? 3 purposes Krishna says: paritranaya sadhuna vinashayate dushkritam. And what will happen if somebody will understand about Krishna? Then that is, janma karma cha may divyam evam eva veti tattva. If somebody will understand about the transcendental nature of Krishna's birth and activities, then he will not have to come back again to this material world. That was the second section, shloka number 5th to 10th. And now again for also 10th shloka, which was about Krishna has also explained that who can understand about his transcendental nature. That is, one who is freed from Vita, Raga, Bhaya, Krodha. Right? One who is freed from the fear, one who is freed from the attachment, one who is free from the anger, then he can understand about that. Was also we discussed about it, right? The important shloka, that how only if we get freed from these 3 things, then we can understand Krishna nicely, properly. And now next 11 to 15 section. Now what section now we are going through is about, here Krishna is explaining about it how Krishna is the creator and he is the ultimate goal of all the paths. So one thing is the direct path, those who understand Krishna completely, those who understand about the Krishna's transcendental position, they will take to the bhakti of Krishna, and then they can become liberated. They can go to Krishna. But not everyone will directly take to Krishna's worship. People may want to follow different paths. So that's why Krishna has created different paths, and Krishna then reciprocates with the different people accordingly. So that was the 11th shloka. ये यथा मां प्रपद्यन्ते ताव सते भजाम्यहम् मम वर्तमानुवर्तन्ते मनुष्य पार्थ सर्वश. How those people who don't want to directly take to Krishna's worship, Krishna has made what? Krishna has made different paths. Right? For example, like those who just want to have material enjoyment, okay, Krishna is giving them opportunity for material enjoyment, like they're called as the karmis, okay? So they try to enjoy in this material world, and then eventually they will have frustration, and eventually they will be awakened to the knowledge that, okay, I cannot enjoy in this world, I'm being controlled. I have to take shelter of someone else. Similarly, there's a path of karma kanda, where a person tries to do the yagyas and tries to get some material benefits from the demigods. There's a path of karma yoga. There's a path of jnana yoga. Most of the jnana yogis, they aspire for impersonal liberation. So Krishna is giving them the opportunity to merge into his Brahma Jyoti. Similarly, Krishna has made the system of Hatha Yoga or Ashtanga Yoga. So those people who want mystic powers, the yogis, so some of them who want mystic powers, they perform the Ashtanga Yoga and they get their mystic powers. and some of them they want to have realization of Paramatma in the hearts. So Krishna, allows them to have realization of the Paramatma in their hearts. And ultimately, if somebody takes to directly to the worship of Krishna, directly to the bhakti yoga, then he can serve Krishna in the spiritual world in any of the rasas. So like that, Krishna is reciprocating with different people, and Krishna is only given all these different paths, right? So this is also we discussed last time. So till 11th shloka we discussed last time. Now next further moving next. So today what we are going to discuss is now shloka number 12, 13, 14, 15. At least till 15 we'll try to do. Now next section, uh, Krishna is going to explain that okay, if ultimately Krishna is the rewarder of all the results, right? There are different paths, and ultimately Krishna is the rewarder of all the results of those paths. Then why don't everyone simply follows Krishna? Why don't everybody worships Krishna? So that is being explained in the next shloka, shloka number 12. Okay, so if Krishna is the ultimate rewarder, then why all people don't directly come to him? Because ultimately Krishna is giving the results. But then why people don't directly come to him only for the results? Right? So the reason is being given here. कांक्षत कर्मणां सिद्धिं यजन्त इह देवता क्षिप्रं हि मानुषे लोके सिद्धिर्भवति कर्मजा. So see, Krishna is explaining कांक्षतः कर्मणां सिद्धिं यजन्त इह देवता. So many of the people, they, instead of worshipping Krishna, they want to worship the devatas. They go to the demigods. And devatas also mean some empowered beings. Not only the devatas, like sun god or the moon god or the Indra, but also some powerful beings. For example, like some big businessmen. Like in this world also we find, people, they approach some big businessmen, or people want to approach some big actors or some big politicians. So they are the devatas of this material world, you'll find. Just like we have devatas, the demigods, same way there are some, devatas in this material world also, right? Some empowered people. Those people have some more opulences, who have some better opulences. So it is being told that you see, Kangshatah karmanam siddhim. Kangshata means desiring. Desiring what? Karmanam siddhim. Karmana means fruitive activities. So people want to get some material benefits. For getting some material benefits, they want to get some material benefits. For that purpose, they worship the devatas. They worship the demigods, or they worship, or they go to some powerful beings of this world. Why do they go to them? Because Shiparam him, because they can very quickly fulfill their material desires. Like if somebody goes to goes to the devatas, or some big businessman. Suppose somebody wants to get some money. If he approaches a big businessman, he works under him, then he can get that money, isn't it? Or somebody wants to get something accomplished. He may go to a big politician, he may help him. So, so basically what happens is, or somebody wants something, somebody wants to go to Swargaloka, or somebody wants a son, he may approach some particular demigod. And if he worships that particular demigod, then that demigod also bestows some material benefits to the person. It's so it's like these demigods, they quickly give results to the worshippers. So that's why most of the people, they want to approach the demigods or some powerful beings of this world, for the fulfillment of their material desires. It is Shipram hi manushi loke siddhir bhavati karmaja. What happens is their desire for getting the material benefits gets fulfilled. Okay, so see, it is being told. Men in this world desire success in the fruitive activities, and therefore they worship the demigods. Quickly, of course, men get results from the fruitive work in this world. So when people do some material activities, they can quickly get the benefits. So इसलिए either trying to do some material things in this world, or trying to approach the demigods for getting the results. So you see here one important thing, the relationship with the demigods. If you see, demigods, devatas, they have been given some capacity by Krishna to fulfill some material desires of the people. So now, it is just like, the relationship of a worshipper with the devata is like a contract based relationship. What is like in a contract based? Okay, now I will do this thing for the devata. Like, different devatas are there. Okay, if you will do something for this devata, then he will give you this result. If you will do that thing for that devata, he can give you that result. Like that. So the worshippers who approach the devatas, it is basically not out of the love, or not out of the regard, but is simply out of the material business. We want to get something. Okay, if you will do this much, so Shastras have made a provision. Krishna has made a provision that, okay, if you will do this thing for this devata, then you can get this benefit. If you will do this thing for this devata, you can, for example, like, uh, if you want to get a good wife or a good husband, you can worship Lord Shiva. You can do some Somvar ka vrat, for some number of time, for some period of time, and you may end up with a good wife or a husband. So these kind of material benefits are being kept with the demigods, and they can very quickly give these kind of benefits to the people, and that's the people they approach them. So it's like a more of a contract based relationship. It is just like, suppose, like a suppose a small child is there, and his his teeth are getting spoiled, and suppose, no, he says to the mother that, mother, I want to eat these sweets. He goes to the market and he says that I want to purchase these sweets, and mother says, no, 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 beta, you know now your teeth are getting spoiled. Okay, you want some sweets? Okay, I will make such some sweets, which will not cause harm to your teeth, right? And so, right, like, rather than believing upon the mother, or what the child may do, he may take some money from here and there, and he may go to the shops and purchase some sweets, and he may end up, having spoiled teeth, right? On the contrary, the mother will never allow him something which may be detrimental for his health. Now, rather, she may also fulfill. The mother may also give him some sweets and all, but in such a way, in a healthy way, that his health will not get disturbed. But the devtas, they will not care, or like the shopkeeper, he will not care that whether your teeth are getting spoiled or your health is getting spoiled. No matter, you just give me this money. Okay, you give me 10 rupees, I will give you a rasgulla. You want cham cham, I will give me 10, 20 rupees, I will give you cham cham. So that's a relationship with the devtas. They are not bothered about our spiritual health. But Krishna is like the kind mother. He's bothered about our spiritual health. So it's not that Krishna will not provide. No, Krishna will also provide to a devotee whatever is the necessities. No, whatever the devotee is capable of handling without spoiling his spiritual health. Uh, so Krishna provides in a way that we don't become illusioned about the goal of life. No, that is how Krishna works. So Krishna can award us money. Krishna can award us many other things, but Krishna sees that whether we are capable of. That is also does not happen. Right? So rather, if somebody worships Krishna, and if Krishna sees that we will not become illusioned by those things in our life, then Krishna will award them in our life. That way. So Krishna is like a merciful mother. So, so So same way. So one thing is approaching a demigod, and other thing is approaching some, powerful beings in this world, some politicians or some businessmen. So here, so Krishna is mentioning here that how, because of the material desires, for the fulfillment of the material desires, people, they try to approach to the demigods for getting the quick benefits, because they can give quick benefits. So such people are short-sighted. They cannot see that how these material benefits are these material benefits are not going to remain with them for a long time. They are only temporarily there with them. So because people are short-sighted, they cannot see what can be of their ultimate good. That's why people approach these kind of demigods for worshipping. But those who are intelligent, like devotees, they will not want to go for these quick benefits or for the material benefits, understanding the futility of all of them in their life. Prabhupada is explaining the same principles here in the purpose. I think this part you can read. Any of you? Blue part.
Foolish people,
Foolish people.
Rudagyan, purport 7.20. Worship the demigods because they want immediate results. They get the results but do not know that results so obtained are temporary and are meant for less intelligent persons. The intelligent person is in Krishna consciousness and he has no need to worship the paltry demigods for some immediate temporary benefit. The demigods of this material world, as well as their worshippers, will vanish with the annihilation of this material world. The boons of the demigods are material and temporary. Both the material worlds and their inhabitants, including the demigods and their worshippers, are bubbles in the cosmic ocean. In this world, however, human society is mad after temporary things such as the material opulence of possessing land, family, and enjoyable paraphernalia. To achieve such temporary things, people worship the demigods or powerful men in human society.
Yeah, so same things, right? People want to get some little benefits, but they don't understand that how these things are temporary. They cannot remain with them for all the time. Now, this kind of intelligence people don't have. So they worship the demigods. Okay. Now next shloka. Now Krishna is going to explain that okay, how these people can be elevated. The people who have material desires, and those of them who are not coming to Krishna directly. So then how they will be promoted, how they can be elevated. So Krishna is mentioning that for these people, I have created a system. What is the system? That is the system of the Varnashram. I have created a system of Varnashram, by which these people can slowly they can become purified and they can also come to directly worshipping me. That's the next shloka, very famous shloka also. चतुर्वर्ण्यं मया सृष्टं गुणकर्म विभागश तस्य कर्तारम् अपि मां विद्धि अकर्तारम् अव्ययम्. Right? Right? So chaturvarnayam maya srishtam. Right? Chatur means four. Varnyam means the divisions. Right? So Krishna is telling that how these four divisions are maya srishtam. Maya means me. Srishtam means srishti kiya hai, create kiya hai. So Krishna is saying that these four divisions are created by me. Now, and on what basis this division is being created? This is being created based upon the guna and karma. Vibhagashaha. Vibhagasha means the division. The division is made based upon the guna. Guna means the qualities, and karma. Karma means the activities. So what kind of activities a person does and what kind of natures or what kind of qualities a person is having. Accordingly, this division is being made. So tasya kartaram apimam. Right? Kartaram means the creator. Prabhupada has translated as the father, or the creator, you can say. So Krishna said that I am the creator of that system. And then he says, Vidhi akartaram avyayam. Right? I am the creator of this system and I am also not the creator, Krishna is saying akartaram. This and I have also not done this. What is the meaning? We'll discuss about this. And avyayam, and I am unchangeable. That is what Krishna is mentioning. Oh, uh, so see here, very important thing, guna karma vibhagasha, right? So see, these four divisions are there. We know this, Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, and Shudras, right? We can say them as the intellectual class, the administrator class, and the laborer class, and the mercantile class. These four classes are there. So you'll find that in every society, these four classes exist, whether it's a Indian society or a American society or a European society or in any organization you'd say, in any company you say, in a college you say, in a class you say, everywhere these four, you will find these four types of people you will always find. This is basically the four types of the human beings. Like for example, like in the companies, all of you are working in the companies. So, now in the company you will find we are many of your engineers working for the company, right? So it's a and the other laborers also you'll find it. So it's a Shuddha class, it's a laborer class. Okay. Then apart from that, you have some R&D. Many of you may be into R&D. There's a R&D department, research and development engineers. Those people who come out with some new designs, with some new softwares, etc., with new developments. So that is like an intellectual class. Those who have good intelligence, they try to come out with new things. They can think more, they can analyze more. So they are like the intellectual class. That is the Brahmanas, Brahmanical class, you can say. And then you have some admins. You have some people who do administration. You have a chief, you have a CEO, and you have some managers, you have some HRs. So all these people, they constitute the admins, the Kshatriya class. And then there are some people who are into taking care of the accounts, seeing what is the profit, what is the loss, how we can increase the profit. So they are the like the Vaishya class, right? In the companies we can find these things existed. Even in the classrooms we'll find these categories exist. Like in a class you'll find uh, some boys are there, who are very studious. They will sit in the front bench and they will note out everything what the teacher is teaching, and they are very very meritorious in their studies. So they are the intellectual class.
प्रभु जी, और वीडियो को स्टॉप।
What happened?
जी बीच बीच में क्या है, कुछ 30 सेकंड के लिए 40 सेकंड के लिए वीडियो बंद हो जा रहा है प्रभु जी, उसमें ऑडियो वीडियो दोनों।
अच्छा, ऐसा है क्या?
Yes,
ओके.
अभी तो हो गया प्रभु जी, अभी तो जल्दी हो गया था, अभी ज्यादा रुको।
What about, और बाकी लोग को भी लग रहा है क्या ऐसा?
Yes,
Yes,
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji,
Yes,
for
Prabhuji.
10-20 seconds.
अच्छा, ठीक है, just a second. I think I can connect with my internet. Just give me a second. मैं just voice में था. अगर यहाँ पे इंटरनेट तो है, बट फिर भी just I can connect this. Just give me a second. हॉटस्पॉट ऑन कर देता हूँ मैं अपना. हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे. अभी अभी कैसा है? अभी आ
अभी
रहा है
सही
क्लियरली?
है Prabhuji. अभी सही है Prabhuji.
ओके, ठीक है. अगर अगर बीच में कुछ हो तो मुझे बताना. आई कैन इमीडिएटली गो टू सम अदर प्लेस. यहाँ पे थोड़ा वाईफाई कमजोर था इसलिए शायद, आई थिंक मैंने बट मोबाइल से कनेक्ट किया है. तो so I was telling about that how these four divisions are there everywhere, in the companies, in the class. I was telling about class, right? So you have you have some brilliant students. They are like the brahmanas. You have some monitors or the senior administrator class, and then there are some boys, who are like uh, very much money oriented people. Boys are there, right? Suppose he gets some pen. A boy gets some pen for some 10 rupees, and he shows in the class, and people are very mesmerized by that class, by that pen, and he sells to them for 20 rupees. So it's like a business minded boy. And then there are the teacher goes, they will come and they will just want to erase the blackboard and all. They want to contribute, but they are not so much intellectual and all. So they are like the Shuddha class. So like this we find out how this division exists in everywhere, because this is created by Krishna. Now what is the basis for this division? Krishna is telling that guna and karma. So see, what is the meaning of this guna? Guna means we know about the three gunas, right? Satogun, Rajogun, Tamogun. The mode of goodness, the mode of passion, and the mode of ignorance. So this guna means these things, these qualities, these three qualities. So and karma means what? The activities, what kind of activities a person wants to do. So let me just show you a small chart. So here you will find, you see, we have these four classes, four varnas. Just a second. These are four classes we know, right? So no, we have a Brahmana class, the intellectual class. Okay. So what is their guna? Their guna is they're in the mode of goodness. Then the Sato guna. Sato guna means they have a thinking, they have high thinking power, high contemplation power. They can get very deep into thinking about something, philosophy, etc. Because they're into the mode of goodness. They can be like very clean in their behavior, in their speech, etc. So this is their guna for the brahmanas. Okay, and what are the qualities which they have? Peacefulness, self-control, austerity, purity, tolerance, honesty, knowledge, wisdom, religiousness. This is given in the Bhagavad Gita 18.42. So these are the qualities born out of this sato guna. If somebody will have sato guna, then he will have all these qualities. He will be peaceful, he will be very sense controlled, mind controlled, he will be pure, he will be able to tolerate the things, etc. And how do they function? Or what are their activities? They they serve as the teachers or the advisors or like the priest. This is their traditional occupation. In the modern times, you find they're into the R&Ds and all these people. So primarily their activity was to study the Shastras and to teach the people about the Shastras, the different domains of the Shastras, The Shastras are also having Ayurveda, Vastu Shastra, astrology. So all these things the Brahmanas will read. Even the weaponry, is, the the weaponaries also, they will only read and they will also teach the people. Like we know about Dronacharya. He taught, although he was a Brahmana, he was teaching to the Pandavas, the Kshatriyas about the martial arts. Because Brahmana can learn the sciences and he can teach to the people. Okay. Now Kshatriyas, if you talk, Kshatriyas, what is their nature? What is their guna? That is mode of passion, Rajoguna. Okay. And what are the qualities which are born out of this mode of passion? There is courage, there is boldness, there is determination, there is heroism. Right? We know about many people like Shivaji Maharaj and this Azad Hind Bose and all these people. You'll find they have Kshatriya kind of qualities, Bhagat Singh, etc. So these people will generally serve as the administrators. They will be like the kings and soldiers, etc. And then you have Vaishyas. So Vaishyas in what is the guna for the Vaishyas? They are into the mixed modes. They are into the passion and ignorance. That is there. Of course, see, in all of them, all the modes are there, But what we're talking is the primary modes, the most prominent modes. So Vaishyas are prominently having mode of passion and ignorance, Rajogun and Tamogun, mixed mode. And what will be their qualities or activities? What will they what will be their active qualities will be? They will be like business minded. They can they can think about the business, how to generate the income. Like that, they will have that kind of mindset. And traditionally, they are being engaged for what? Farming, cow protection, and for different businesses. Okay. Sudras, they are prominently in the mode of ignorance. This is their guna. And what will be their activities? They will be like the assistants to the other people. They will be like assistants to the brahmanas, kshatriyas, and the vaishyas. They will serve all of them like that. This is the meaning of guna and karma, the activities. And just coming back here. This is the meaning of guna and karma vibhagasha. Okay. So based upon the qualities and based upon the activities which one performs. Accordingly, this division is being made. And Krishna is saying, Tasya kartaram api mam. I have created this system. So let us talk a little bit more about this varnashram. This is called as the varnashram system. Varnashram is what? The division of the society into these 4 classes. Now, occupationally, see, there are 4 social orders and then there are 4 spiritual orders. So what are the 4 social orders or the division of the society or the division of the people? They are the Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudras. So these 4 classification is there and all of them are having their set of duties. And then you have 4 spiritual orders, which means what? Everyone is supposed to go through 4 phases in his life. One should remain a brahmachari initially, then one should be a grahastha, then one can go for vanprastha, and then one can also take sannyas. Like that, this 4 division, that's a division of the life, and that's a division of the society or the people. So this is called as a varna and the ashram. 4 varnas and 4 ashramas are there. Okay. So why this system was there? You see, why this varnashram system was there? So this is very important to understand. You see, in this world, we all know that how we are part and parcel of Krishna. We have come in this world, and the purpose of our life is to become purified of our material desires, and to become devotee of Krishna. Right? We know, like people know about this. The Rajashis used to know about this. Right? But for us to do this thing, now, suppose if there is no social structure to support this, then it will be very difficult. Right? For example, let us say somebody wants to become a doctor. Now, so if somebody wants to become a doctor, then we have a social structure. We have medical colleges are there. There, some teachers are also hired. There are some teachers, experienced people who teach about medical sciences to the to the people. They teach about the surgeries, and then there are some books also. And there's a systematic way. There are systematic courses how to help a person to gradually become a good doctor. Like, so there's a social structure for a person to become a doctor. And that way it is like very smooth. But now suppose if you have to become a doctor and there's no medical college, there's no such kind of there's no such kind of arrangement. You only have to study the books on your own. You only have to try your things. You only have to try your surgeries here and there. You only have to go and take the headache of learning from some other people and all. Then what will happen? It will be like very difficult for you to become a doctor, isn't it? But if there is a social structure for it, then it becomes very, very easy and smooth. Same way, the purpose of the life is to become purified and ultimately to surrender to God, go back to the God. So varnashram offers a social structure, a structure which can support this goal of life. Right? So one, the goal of life is being supported by this varnashram system. Because see, while being into this material world, we will have some material needs. Because we have got this material bodies, we have families, we'll have some material needs. So we need to have fulfillment of those material needs. So the system of the varnashram offers us a system by which we can fulfill our material needs in an easy manner, in a harmonious manner, in such a way that we don't in a smooth manner. Now we can fulfill our material needs in a smooth manner, and in a way which will not cause obstacle for us to move towards the ultimate goal of life. That's why the varnashram system is being given. Okay, let me just show you this. See what is the purpose of varnashram? To provide a social structure for the spiritual advancement. It's a social structure. So the division of the society is also being made, and and based upon one's interest, one's natural inclination. Like this varna is there. What is the purpose of this varnas? Four varnas. It provides for one's material needs in the least complicated and the most harmonious way according to one's psychophysical nature. This is the purpose. Let me just explain to you this about this. So so you see, while being into this world, we have needs. Okay. So for that, we will need to do something in the job in the society. Some people will need to serve as the engineers. Some will have to serve as the doctors. There's a need of all kind of people in the society, right? Some painters are required, some artists are required, some lawyers are required, some doctors are required, some engineers are required right now. Now, uh, the system of the Varna helps you to understand what is natural for us, what is easy for us, what is smooth for us, as per your natural inclinations, as per your natural qualities, like, if you fit as a Brahmana, okay, there's a provision for you to serve as a Brahmana. If you fit as a Kshatriya, there's a provision for you to get trained as a Kshatriya and to excel in that particular field. If you have the natural skills of a Vaishya, okay, there's a system to train you as a good Vaishya, and you can go ahead in that way. So like in the traditional system, you'll find like the Brahmanas are there. In a Brahman family, both the wife and the husband are Brahmanas. Now they end up with a child. So now the child is also having a lot of Brahmanical tendencies, because they are born from the Brahmana father and mother. And then right from the childhood, one gets a very suitable environment to be trained as a Brahmana. So in that way, later on when he serves as a Brahmana in the society, it is very smooth for him, because he has got right from the childhood, he has got such kind of training. And also, what to speak of that, even within womb, he's coming out in this world along with those qualities by default, because he's born to the Brahmana father and the mother. Then it becomes very smooth for him. He does not have to bother his head. So that's the purpose. So one can easily serve as the Brahmana or a Kshatriya. No, so it provides for one's materials in the least complicated way. Right? Why it is called least complicated? Because he does not have to bother. He does not have to compete with other people. Like what is happening nowadays. Irrespective of what is natural for a person, irrespective of what a person, irrespective of what is of a person's liking, person has out of the peer pressure one has to do. Even if you want to be engineering or medical doctor, becoming a doctor, right? So out of peer pressure, so many people who may have good talents of being a good painter, or or good lawyers, or or a good businessman, right? They also have to end up with doing these things. That's why you find many people who graduate from IITs, IIMs, later on they become the writers, or they do something else. They have studied in IIT, they have studied in IIM, but
Prabhuji, now it is again too much sound is breaking.
too much voice is breaking again. Huh? Okay, fine. Just give me 1 second. Huh? Let me just change my position. Give me. यहाँ पे नेट अच्छा आता है क्या? बेटर आता है? हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे। एक सेकंड ना, मैं जस्ट अपना स्विच करता हूँ। यहाँ पे कितना आ रहा है आपका वाईफाई? हाँ, ओके,
Prabhuji, clear है Prabhuji sound.
अभी क्लियर है? ओके,
Yes, Prabhuji.
ठीक है। सॉरी यार, थोड़ा मैं आई एम नॉट इन द राइट पोजीशन। आई थिंक टुमारो आई विल शोली शिट इन द राइट पोजीशन। ठीक है। तो I was telling that how, so the purpose of Varna is what? To help us in a very easy way. One can, as per one's psychophysical nature. Psychophysical nature means what? Psycho means hota hai. Psycho means the mind, and physical means the body. So what is suitable, or what is very easy for one's body and one's mind, accordingly one gets engagements. If somebody is having a Kshatriya body, Kshatriya means healthy body, and mindset कैसा होगा क्षत्रिय का? He will be like courageous, bold, very determined. So as per his natural characteristics, one gets opportunity to serve in the society, contribute in the society. And what happens, because one is serving as per his natural capacity, then one also feels quite satisfied. And also the society also gains. Why? Because the society also gains. Why? Because everyone is doing what is natural for them. The Brahmanas inclination, he's doing what he's doing. He's contributing in the society as a Brahmana. Somebody is having a Kshatriya quality, he's contributing in the society as a Kshatriya. So because everyone is doing what they are best in, so what happens? The overall efficiency of the society will also improve. The overall effectiveness of the society will also improve. That was the Varna system, division of the society in the Varna. And what is the purpose of the ashram? Brahmachari, Grahastha, Vanprastha, and Sannyas. The purpose of the ashram is what? To provide a time-wise progression in one's spiritual commitment, right? So now, gradually one should be able to increase one's commitment for the spiritual life. Like the very first phase is the brahmacharya, like where a person commits a lot for spiritual life. He goes to the ashram of the guru, he learns about the spiritual knowledge, he learns to serve the guru, he learns about the purpose of life. It's a great commitment. Then one goes to the grahastha life. There also he lives a committed life, with the family. Tries to serve the guru, tries to perform spiritual activities. And then after 50, again he goes for the one plus life, again greater commitment. Slowly one increases one's commitment for the spiritual life. That was the purpose of the ashrama. Likewise, this system is created by Krishna. And some main points, some more main points. Also, see one important here thing. See guna karma vibhagasha, when Krishna says, so you'll find, see what is natural is the karma, by activities. So by activities one will be naturally into these four divisions. But the guna is also meaning the qualities. One of the definitions of qualities is the gunas. That mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance. Another meaning of guna is also the good qualities. You can say the good qualities. So by default, the people will have inclination for different activities. Somebody will want to do. Somebody is very intellectual. He want to study a lot. So he want to analyze a lot. But then what to study, how to study, what to study, and how to contribute for the society. For that, he needs to be given right knowledge. He needs to be given right training, so that he can use his Brahminical skills for right purpose, for studying the Shastras. Otherwise, one is having Brahminical skills, one is having Brahminical head, but he may end up with creating big weapons for the mass destruction. Like there are big scientists working in the ISRO and the DRDO and the NASA, and they are using the same brain for what purpose? For creating biological weapons, nuclear weapons, right? Why? Because they by karma they are born as a Brahmana, but but they were not being given training for cultivating the right gunas. So then that's what is happening is they are misusing their talents. That's why this is very important that how now there needs to be a system in the society to give good training in the qualities. Then the potential can be properly utilized. Okay, this was the main thing here. Also here, Tasya Kartaram Apimam, Krishna is telling that I have created this system. Okay, this is understandable. Krishna has made this system. But then why Krishna says that Tas Vidhi Akartaram Apimam? I have created this system, but still I am not the doer. What Krishna means to say that I have made this system, but I am not putting people randomly into somebody as a Brahmana, somebody as a Kshatriya, somebody as a Vaishya. No, Krishna is not doing that way, because if Krishna will put like this, then then Krishna will be partial, right? Some people Krishna is making as a Brahmana, some as a Kshatriya. So Krishna is saying that no, I have created a system, but still I am not operating the system. How it is happening? It is not that Krishna is placing us into this Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. No, we, as per how we act in this world, when we come into this world, and how do we act in this world as per what kind of desires we cultivate, what kind of activities we do, based upon them, then we are naturally put into this kind of different settings, either as a Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. So Krishna is not responsible for our placement into different varnas. No, it is our own choice. It is just like, suppose in a school, in our school days, many of you must have seen, in the schools, you will have like for 10th class, you have four sections: A, B, C, D. 10th A, 10th B, 10th C, 10th D. So generally, what sometimes the teachers will do, or what the schools will do, all the brilliant students will be, those who have the highest percentages. They will be placed into the A section, and then they will be getting the best of the teachers for because if they can come out with good results, then the school's name will also grow. So by default, the most intelligent people are placed in the A section, and by default, those students who are coming out with lower grades, they are put into the D section. So now see, the school is having a system. Those who are brilliant students, they will be promoted to the A section, and those who are like lower, who are having low academics, they will be into the D system. Now, if somebody ends up into A or D, is the school responsible for it? No, school is not responsible. It is whose responsibility? Person's responsibility. Person has full freedom to study and to give tests, exams, and to come out with good scores. If he comes out with a good score, then he can be into the A section. If he does not come out, then he has to be into the D section. So likewise, same way. So Krishna is not responsible for placing people. It is us, based upon what kind of actions we do, we are placed into these different varnas. This is what Krishna means to say when he says akartaram. So one meaning is that how Krishna is not responsible for placing people into this system. This is one meaning. And second thing Krishna said it also, it is not that I am not operating it directly. So Krishna has made this system, and then Krishna's energies are Krishna's energies are operating that system. It's not that Krishna does not have to directly get involved with this system. This is also another thing which Krishna says. So this is about this verse. So Prabhupada has also told, Prabhupada also explains about this Brahmana, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas. I explained already about goodness and how Vaishyas are into the mixed modes, Shudras are but he also mentioning, see, in spite of his creating the four divisions of human society, Lord Krishna does not belong to any of these divisions, because he is not one of the conditioned souls, a section of who form the human society. Right? One meaning is also that how Krishna is not part of this system. Krishna has created this system, but Krishna is beyond this, because Krishna is transcendental. Krishna is not into these modes. So, and of course, Prabhupada mentions that how if somebody becomes a Krishna's devotee, if somebody becomes Krishna conscious, then he becomes transcendental. Why? Because Krishna is transcendental to all these things. So if somebody worships Krishna, becomes a devotee of Krishna, then he also becomes transcendental to this. So that's why for a devotee it does not matter. Now he can work as a Kshatriya, he can work as a Brahmana, he can work as a Shudra, or like sometimes being brahmacharis like in the temples, sometimes we do this, we have kar seva. So in kar seva, we do some cleaning here and there, or putting some things here and there. Right? Many of you may have had that experience, right? So this is what kind of job? It's a Shudra job, right? Doing things here and there, doing cleaning and all, Shudra job, right? And then when we come to the voices, we have to plan for preaching, put our head for how to do preaching this way, that way, or we have to take some classes and all, right? This is what kind of occupation? It's a Brahminical occupation, okay? And now some of us brahmacharis have to take care of the management, temple administration, different departments, so that is a Kshatriya job which we have to do. And also, sometimes we have to also take care of the accounts, like voice also. The voices, we have to take care of our accounts, how much Lakshmi is there, how much is our budget, etc., etc. You'll find being a devotee, one can do all these occupations. It does not, match. But of course, out of all of them, also something will be like more natural for us. Something will be more easy for us. So what is natural for us, we should try to. It's best if we can be into those kind of things, which are very natural for us. That is another thing for practical application in our life. So this is about the shloka, okay? So I think one more shloka we can discuss. Again, Krishna is now again telling, Krishna is told that I am a kartaram, I am not the doer. So now Krishna is going to further explain it more. Next shloka. न माम कर्माणि लिम्पन्ति न मे कर्म फले स्पृहा इति माम यो अभिजानाति कर्मभिर्न सबध्यते. So now Krishna is telling about his position. Again, further he says, Namam karmani limpanti. Right? Namam karmani. Karmani means kind. Limpanti means affected. So Krishna is saying that, I don't get affected by the different activities. I see in our life, if we do some activity, we get affected. Right? We have done something, So if we get some good result, then we become very happy, joyful, enthusiastic. Okay. And if we did something but it didn't turn out the way we wanted to be, then we become dissatisfied, or we become morose, etc., right? So internally we become affected. So Krishna is saying that, but I don't get affected. Even though I do activities, even though I do activities, but I don't get internally affected or externally. Internally I don't become affected. It's not that I become very joyful or very happy, or very morose or very dissatisfied. No, because Krishna is complete. He's always Atmaram. He's completely satisfied. He is not dependent upon anything, for his satisfaction. Namam karmani limpanti. No, I don't get affected by the different activities. Also, name karma phale spriha. Spriha means what? Aspires, desires. Name karma phale. Right? I don't desire the results of my activities. Right? So in our life, we get affected internally, and externally also we get some. We also want to fulfill some desires. We also want to get some results. But Krishna is mentioning that, this is not the case with me. I don't get internally affected, and I don't desire some fruits in my life. So even if Krishna is performing some activities, he does not have any. He has no material desires. He does not want to get anything, because he's complete. He's complete. He's Atmaram. Of course, one thing Krishna desires is the reciprocation of the love. That is a transcendental thing. But materially, Krishna does not want anything in his activities. That's what is being told. So the point is that how Krishna is completely transcendental. Whatever he does, he's not getting affected from it, and he's not doing for getting some material benefit. So it means Krishna is completely transcendental. No. And iti mam yo abhijanati. One who understands this, one who understands that how I am transcendental. When I do any activities, I am not desiring any fruits, or I'm not becoming internally affected. If somebody understands this, then what will happen? Karma bhir na sa badhyate. Then he will also not be bound by the karma, which means what? He will also give up. He will also give up the fruitive activities. His activities will also become transcendental. Just like, I am transcendental. Why? Because I don't desire any fruits for my activities. I don't get affected by my activities. If somebody will understand about me, then he will also become transcendental. His activities will become transcendental. How? Because he will also give up the desire for getting some results. So see, basically Krishna is explaining about this karma yoga. This section is about the karma yoga. Karma yoga means what? working for the supreme, working for the absolute without desiring any results. So Krishna is mentioning it how if somebody will understand this, then karma bhi na sabdhyate, right? He will be not bound by the karma because he will also give up the desire for getting the results. The translation: there is no work that affects me, nor do I aspire for the fruits of action. One who understands this truth about me also does not become entangled in the fruitive reactions of the work. So if somebody will understand the transcendental nature of Krishna, then his activities will also become transcendental because he will also stop desiring any fruitive activities and he will offer the results of all his activities to Krishna. His activities will become devotional. His activities will become connected with Krishna. His activities will become karma yoga. This is what Krishna is mentioning. So, so here one important thing, iti mam yu abhijanati, right? One who understands this. See, when we say one who understands, so to understand Krishna means, there are two ways. One thing is to know Krishna, and second thing is to know about Krishna. These two things are different. To know about Krishna and to know Krishna, they are little different. So like to know about Krishna means what? One will know about Krishna, that how Krishna is the supreme, he is operating in this way. He is a supreme controller, proprietor, enjoyer. Now he creates this material creation. He expands as this Vishnu, that Vishnu, right? One may have lot of knowledge about Krishna. Now this is about knowing about Krishna. So, but that knowledge will be like more of a theoretical. That may only in the head. Okay, but what we are looking for is, no, we are looking for a knowledge. So we want to know Krishna, not only to know about Krishna, but we want to know Krishna. What is the meaning of to know Krishna? Now we want to know about Krishna in a way which can transform our hearts, and that is the purpose of the Shastras. Shastras want to educate us in a way that, so that we just don't get theoretically convinced about Krishna, but we develop a desire, or we develop attraction for Krishna. We develop a desire to serve Krishna, please Krishna, and go back to Krishna. That is the meaning of to know Krishna. That's the main thing, that we are here to know Krishna. We are here to have transformational knowledge. Now, that knowledge which can transform our heart, which can help us to love Krishna. That's the important thing. It's very important that we have to have a transformational knowledge which can help us to transform our hearts. That is important. Just read the purport.
As there are constitutional laws in the material world stating that the king can do no wrong, or that the king is not subject to the state laws. Similarly, the Lord, although he is the creator of this material world, is not affected by the activities of this material world. He creates and remains aloof from the creation, whereas the living entities are entangled in the fruitive result of material activities because of their propensity for lording it over material resources. The proprietor of an establishment is not responsible for the right and wrong activities of the workers, but the worker are themselves responsible. The living entities are engaged in the respective activities of sense gratification, and these activities are not ordained by the Lord. For advancement of sense gratification, the living entities are engaged in the work of this world, and they aspire to heavenly happiness after death. The Lord, being full in himself, has no attraction for so called heavenly happiness. The heavenly demigods are only his engaged servants. The proprietor never desires the low grade happiness such as the worker may desire. He is aloof from the material actions and reactions. For example, the rains are not responsible for the different types of vegetation that appear on the earth. Although without such rains, there is no possibility of vegetative growth. Vedic Smriti confirms that as follows: Nimittamatram evasau srijnayu sarga karmani dhana karni bhuta yato vaisrajya saktaya. In the material creation, the Lord is only the supreme cause. The immediate cause is material nature, by which the cosmic manifestation is made visible. The created beings are of many varieties, such as the demigods, human beings, and lower
And
animals,
the
and
lower
all
animals.
and all of them are the subject to the reaction of their past good or bad activity. The Lord only gives them the proper facility for such activities and the regulation of the modes of nature, but he is never responsible for their past and present activities. In the Vedanta Sutra 2.1.34, it is confirmed Vaishmaya Niragarne and Na Spekshtavat. The Lord is never partial to any living entities. The living entity is responsible for his own acts. The Lord only gives him facility to the agency of the material nature, the external energy. And one who is fully conversant with all the intricacies of law of karma or fruited activity does not become affected by the result of his activity. In other words, the person who understands this transcendental nature of the Lord is an experienced man, Krishna conscious, and thus never subject to the laws of karma. One who does not know the transcendental nature of the Lord and who thinks the activities of the Lord are aimed at fruitive result, as are the activities of the ordinary living entity, certainly becomes entangled himself in the fruitive reactions. But one who knows the supreme truth is a liberated soul, fixed in Krishna consciousness.
See here one main thing, na? Again, what we discussed, the beginning part is the same thing, that how Lord is not responsible. Krishna is a kartaram. Na? Krishna is not the doer, which means what? Lord is not responsible. Lord has made a system, and we are, based upon how we are going to act, we are going to be getting the results in our life. It is just like, suppose on Earth planet, now there are some places where there is a sufficient amount of rain. Then there are some places in the Earth where there's overly rains, and then there are some places where there are under rains. यहाँ पे सूखा पड़ता है, let us write now. Now see, now is the Lord partial, that in some places there's over rain and in some other places there's less rains? No, Lord is not partial. Lord has made a system based upon the karma of the people in those different localities. So they are getting the results based upon their activities. Oh, it's not that Krishna is responsible for it. No, Krishna has made a system, and based upon now how people are acting, as per that, they are being rewarded in different ways. That's why Krishna is akartaram. Krishna is not the doer in that way. ना तो यहाँ पे जो बताया गया था इसी लगी how Krishna is the ultimate cause. Now, he is the pradhan karani. He is the main cause behind everything, but he does not get directly involved. So he has what? He has some nimitra. He has intermediate cause. That is a material nature. So Krishna is not directly interacting with the material nature. So this is what is being explained. Krishna is saying that how? No, I am not acting in a material way. No, my activities are transcendental. And if somebody understands this, then he will also not become entangled into this material activities. This is what is being discussed here. And I think time ho gaya hai. So I think next we'll discuss tomorrow. Today we could have a little less time because of these certain things. So I think we'll end here. But we discussed a very important concept of Varna Ashrama. Okay, in case if you have some questions, you can stay back and I can answer them. Others who feel to continue, they can continue. Thank you. Yes, Umang Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guruji, please accept my obeisances.
Yes, please.
Guruji, I was like thinking, when we think like Lord is not directly involved, Guruji, this concept might make us feel like Lord is more impersonal. Because thinking that Lord is involved in everything which I do makes the relationship more personal, Guruji.
So yeah, so that's why good question. Prabhu is asking that if we think that Lord is not directly involved, then it looks like an impersonal thing. See, the relationship of Krishna with the material world, is generally how Krishna has made the system and things are happening in that particular manner. Now see, amongst the people also there are two categories. There are devotees and there are non-devotees. Okay, so those who are not devoted to Krishna directly, let us say, those who are not devoted to Krishna directly, for them Krishna has made different systems, and Krishna does not interfere with them because they also don't want interference. People like, for example, like people want material enjoyments. Oh no, they have no business. They don't want Krishna in their life. They just want to have material enjoyment. So Krishna is giving them their space. That okay, take your space. See, the very reason we come in this world is because why we wanted our own space. हमें अपना जगह चाहिए, हमें छोड़ दो, हमें अपना कुछ करना है, क्यों राइट? तो यहाँ पे आने के बाद में कृष्णा has given us our space, so that's why Krishna does not directly interfere. क्योंकि यहाँ पे भी आके फिर अगर कृष्णा इंटरफेयर करेंगे डायरेक्टली आपके साथ में, तो फिर आप बोलोगे अरे यहाँ पे भी छोड़ने आप मेरे को, है ना? तो देखिए, those who are not devoted to Krishna or those who are not ready to surrender to Krishna, Krishna does not get directly involved with them. No, Krishna, let them work as per the laws of the nature. लेकिन those who agree to surrender to Krishna, actually for them Krishna becomes personally involved. Right? That shloka comes in the Bhagavad Gita. What is that? Yogakshema Vahamyaham. Right? That Krishna says that I personally carry what one lacks. I personally protect what one has, and I personally carry what one lacks. Right? आपने वो story भी सुना होगा, अर्जुन आचार्य वाला एक story भी आता है ना? How, so see, in the Gita, Krishna is telling that shloka comes, ananyas chintayanto mam, ye jana paryupasate, tesham nityabhyuktanam yogakshem vahamyaham. Krishna says that if somebody becomes devoted to me, if somebody is trying to surrender to me, then I become personally involved in his life. So see, Krishna is discriminative. Krishna is reciprocal. Those people who don't want directly Krishna's intervention, okay, Krishna has given them to the laws of the nature, to the Prakriti to deal with them. But those who want to surrender to Krishna, again revive the relationship with Krishna, Krishna is very much personal with them. Indeed, he personally takes care of everyone's life. That's why it is there.
Guruji, I have a follow-up question, Guruji. Guruji, because think that Krishna discriminate and act in a devotee's life, and our devotee thinks that I'm not a devotee. So, Guruji, these things are contradicting to each other, Guruji. Because I'm think as a devotee, person thinks I'm not a devotee, and devotee only thinking that Krishna distinguish between devotee and non-devotee, and he acts. And he say, as a devotee, I say like everything Krishna is acting. This is the mercy of Krishna. This is mercy of Krishna. Krishna blessed us. Krishna blessed us. And I'm saying I'm not a devotee. So these two thoughts can create duplicitous nature in our self, Puji.
No, it depends. It depends. We have to understand the things in proper perspective. So, one of the symptoms of humility is that we understand our fallen situation, we understand about our fallen nature, and that's why we understand that I'm not a devotee yet. I'm not fully purified in my heart. No, my mind is not fully chaste to Krishna. I think of so many other material desires also in my heart. So these kind of things, they force a devotee to accept his humble position, his insignificant position, and that's why he has this mindset that okay, I'm not a devotee, I'm trying to be a devotee, right? See, all of us, do all of us agree that we are trying to be devotee? If we say that we are not trying to be devotee, then no, then it will not make sense, right? No, we all must be trying to become devotees at this, right? We are trying to be devotees, right? Now, okay, we understand that we are not pure devotees, but we are at least trying to. Our aspiration is to become a pure devotee. Okay, so and more we try to follow the path of bhakti, we become aware about our own anarthas, our disqualifications, our fallen situations. So it's a feeling. It's a feeling, for a devotee that how I'm very low, I'm very fallen. But still, Krishna's mercy is there in my life. And one day I will be able to reach to Krishna. I will be able to become a pure devotee of Krishna. That kind of faith we have. So if this is the mindset, then it's not a duplicity, one thing. And of course, irrespective of what we are feeling, but in eyes of Krishna, if somebody is following Krishna's representative in one's life, if somebody is chanting Krishna's name, then he is a devotee in the eyes of Krishna, ultimately. All of us are devotees in the eyes of Krishna, don't worry, okay? So Krishna is going to reciprocate with us, if you have been, Gopal told that even if one time you have sincerely chanted, called out Krishna, then from that time Krishna will start interfering with your life. Krishna will start intervening with your life. You may go here and there, but Krishna will always make some situations to again bring you back to him. That's how it happens. One time, Prabhupada's, when Hagri Prabhu was there, who was Prabhupada's disciple, so he left the moment. Prabhupada wrote to him that, because you have sincerely chanted, because you have sincerely called out Krishna once, Krishna is going to make arrangements in your life, and at right time you will come to Krishna. And later on, he went into the Maya, but after, towards the end of his life, he got cancer, and he got many, many failures, and then he came back to association of the devotees, and then left the body, the association of the devotees. So, principle is that even one time, if we have feelingly called Krishna, then Krishna intervenes in our life from that moment.
Yes, Puji.
So both have different mindsets, Okay. Anything else? Okay, I think no questions. Thank you so much. Sorry for the problems today. Tomorrow we'll have better time. Prabhupada ki jai.